Hello, my amazing students, and welcome back to Daily English. I'm Alex.
And I'm Emma. Today, we've got a super useful lesson for you, one that you will use every single day in real life. We're going to learn how to talk about yourself in English.
That's right. Think about it. You meet new people, you start a new job, you travel to another country, or even just chat with someone online. What's the first thing they usually ask?
They want to know who you are, your name, where you're from, what you do, your family, your hobbies, and maybe even your personality. These are the basics of communication, but they're also powerful because they help you make real connections.
And the best part? You don't need complicated grammar. You just need simple, clear patterns that you can use with confidence.
So, in today's lesson, we'll show you step by step how to introduce yourself naturally. We'll give you examples, cultural tips, and even extra little tricks to make your English sound friendly and natural.
Let's begin with the very first thing people usually ask. What's your name? There are two very common ways to answer. My name is Alex. I'm Alex. Both are correct, both are natural.
Exactly. And you can also add more details if you want. For example, my full name is Alexander, but people call me Alex. Or, my name is Rebecca, but my friends call me Becky.
This pattern, people call me, is super useful when you have a nickname or a shorter version of your name.
And here's a cultural tip. In English-speaking countries, people often use short names quickly. For example, Jonathan becomes John, and Catherine becomes Kate. It's not rude, it's usually a sign of friendliness.
That's true. When I first started teaching, some students called me Mr. Alexander, but later I told them, please just call me Alex. It made the class feel more relaxed.
So remember, if you want to be more formal, you can use your full name. If you want to sound friendly, just use your short name.
After names, the next question is usually, where are you from? The basic pattern is simple. I'm from Spain. I'm from Japan. I'm from Kenya.
But you can make your answer stronger by adding both the city and the country. For example, I'm from Cairo. It's in Egypt. I'm from Toronto. It's in Canada.
Exactly. This is helpful if the person doesn't know your city. Another very common pattern is, I was born in, but I live in. I was born in Thailand, but I live in Dubai. I was born in Brazil, but now I live in Portugal.
That's a great way to share a little more of your story.
And here's a cultural tip. In English-speaking countries, when you say, I'm from Italy, people might reply, oh, I love Italian food, or I visited Rome last year. It's a way to connect with you.
Now, let's talk about another common question. How old are you?
The basic pattern is, I'm 25 years old. Or simply, I'm 25.
Yes, in casual conversation, people often just say the number. For example, I'm 20 or I'm 30.
And if you don't want to give your exact age, you can use ranges. I'm in my 20s. I'm in my early 30s. I'm in my late 40s.
That's right. For example, I'm in my early 30s usually means 31 to 33, while I'm in my late 30s means 37 to 39.
But here's an important cultural note. In many English-speaking countries, adults don't usually ask about age directly because it can feel personal. But it's very common to ask children, like, how old are you? And the child happily says, I'm 7.
Another key part of self-introductions is family. People might ask, do you have brothers or sisters?
You can answer simply, yes, I have one brother. Yes, I have 2 sisters. No, I don't have siblings.
And if you want to add detail, you can use older or younger. I have one older sister. I have 2 younger brothers.
If you don't have brothers or sisters, you can say, I'm an only child.
That's right. And sometimes people may ask, are you the oldest or the youngest? You can answer, I'm the oldest. I'm the middle child. I'm the youngest.
You can also talk about who you live with. I live with my parents. I live with my wife and kids. I live alone. I live with friends.
Now let's move on to one of the most common questions. What do you do?
Be careful. This doesn't mean what are you doing right now. It means what's your job or your daily work.
Exactly. The simple answer is, I'm a teacher. I'm a doctor. I'm a driver.
And you can make it more interesting with a little detail. I'm a teacher. I work in a high school. I'm a driver. I drive a taxi. I'm a cook. I work in an Italian restaurant.
But what if you don't have a job right now? You can say, I'm looking for a job. I'm between jobs. This is a polite way to say it.
And if you're a student, you can say, I'm a student. I study English. I study engineering at university. I study at Oxford University.
You can even combine both. I study business, and I also work in a shop.
Sometimes you also want to describe your personality. This helps people know what kind of person you are.
And the good news is, you don't need big, difficult words. Just one or two simple adjectives are enough. I'm friendly. I'm shy. I'm hardworking. I'm funny.
That's right. For example, I often say, I'm curious. I like learning new things.
And I usually say, I'm friendly and patient. I enjoy listening to people.
You can also use words like, I'm kind. I'm helpful. I'm positive. I'm easygoing.
Now, here's something that confuses many learners. The question, what are you like, doesn't mean, what do you like? It actually means, what's your personality?
So if someone asks, what are you like? You can say, I'm outgoing and funny. Or, I'm quiet but hardworking.
So today we covered a lot. How to say your name, where you're from, how to talk about your age, family, work and study, and even your personality.
And you don't need long, complicated sentences, just short, simple ones. Say them with confidence, and people will understand you.
Here's your practice tip. Try saying these sentences out loud. Practice with a friend, a classmate, or even in front of the mirror. The more you say them, the easier it becomes.
Yes, and remember, English isn't just about memorizing grammar. It's about connecting with people.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and we'll see you in the next lesson.
Bye for now.